Alrighty, hello, welcome. Great to have you here. I've got comments already. Good to see you all. Hey, my name is Rob Nixon, and I am super thrilled to be working with you today from Brisbane, Australia. It is 7 o'clock in the morning here in Brisbane. It's going to be a bright, sunny day. 2 o'clock in Los Angeles, 5 o'clock in New York. So I can see a couple of people have already opened up the chat. We need to do that right now. So open up the chat if you would, please. And just pop in there. Hello from, where are you from? Kevin's grooving from Orlando. I love it. All right, cool. Sean dancing on my desk, getting pumped up with the music. Yeah, go on. It's a good topic. All right, New Britain. All right, Cynthia, hello. St. Louis. Bird. We've got Seattle. We've got Petaluma, California. Woodstock. Denver, Colorado. Vernon, Connecticut. Oklahoma. This Germany. Oh, cool, Stefan. Atlanta, Georgia. Edmonton, Canada. David, good to see you from Canada. From Manila, Herbert, good to see you. All right, we've got a lot of people here. LA, England, from Frank from England. Okay, cool. We don't get many people from the UK. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, I was just there. Ariel, as you know, had a great time in Coeur d'Alene with you guys. Someone from Brisbane. Look at that, Warren Maris from Brisbane. And on it goes. Well, welcome, everybody. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be a really, really cool experience as far as you working with me together as we really work out this riddle of finding great people. So let's get into it. We're going to use the chat. We've had 401 people register for this. We're going to use the chat to interact. There's going to be a lot of questions around this topic. It seems to be a very popular topic. So what we want to do is get into it. I've got a bunch of questions for you. You'll have a bunch of questions for me. We'll be monitoring the chat. Just pop your question in as you go, and we'll come back around to that as we need to and get it in. All righty. So let's have a look. Let's get this thing started. First of all, our unhidden agenda. Unhidden agenda is that we want to help right now 8 accounting firms. This is my 30th year, 29 and a half years working exclusively on the accounting profession, worked in 18 countries so far. And with that, coached nearly 600 firms, added over $1 billion in profit to those firms, spoken in front of about 200,000 people, written books, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we are going to help right now 8 firms who want to achieve, who want to be super successful, who want to reduce their time, want to increase their profit, etc. So we'll repeat this at the end. If you are more than $1 million in revenue and you're 1 to 5 aligned partners and you're ambitious and you're coachable, then let's meet to see if we can help. You know, so let's put some QR details in the chat there. So that's a meeting details there. We'll repeat that as we go through later on. And if we can help you, that'd be great. We can only help a few at a time. But certainly, this is a piece of content that we've got that our accounting firms that we coach use. So what are we doing here? Well, in context, I'm taking you on a journey. And today is a small part of a bigger journey. The bigger journey, the bigger picture as we go helicopter view here, looks like this. If you want to improve your time, profit, and scalability of your accounting business, then depending on your implementation speed and effectiveness will determine which level you're about to go to. The firms we meet in context are typically practice owners. They are practitioners practicing their craft. They are been in this accounting practice for quite a while and typically grinding it out and working way too much in it. For our North American friends, you just had a deadline of the 15th of September. You got a deadline coming up October 15. I do question why the partners are involved in all of those deadlines as far as doing the work, but that's a different story. And with these practices, it's okay money, but you don't have a lot of time. You work some big hours in there, and the money is reasonable, but it's not that healthy. Level 2. Level 2, we typically start a firm at level 1, if that's where we pick you up, who start working with you. Level 2 is when you flip the switch and decide, I'm going to be a business owner. I'm going to be a business owner running an accounting business. Now, what's the difference? Well, first of all, it's mindset. But secondly, on top of that, it is very much all about spending more time working on it than in it, spending more time working on the business than in the business. So more than 50% of the week is working on growing, developing the business rather than working in the business, doing what the business does. And what happens here at this point, you're making more money and you have more time. But there's a third level. And the third level, for those that want to get there, because you may be, by the way, happy at level 2, for those that want to get there, the third level is what we call investor level. And this is where we've grown and developed the accounting business. We've worked ourselves out as the owner out of every single job. And now you're an owner, but not an operator. And this is where, my friends, this is when you get there, you have an asset that you can create generational wealth. And it can be done. We're working with a firm right now out of Atlanta, Georgia. 3 years ago, the partner, John, was 80% productive, as in client time. 80% of his year was doing client work. 3 years later, it's zero. Now, when I say zero, it's about 10 to 20 hours, right? Basically zero. He is now getting himself out of other jobs like guiding marketing. He has some marketing people on his team. He's got salespeople on his team. He's getting himself out of other jobs. Why would you sell that business? This business produces $1, $2, $3 million in cash every single year. You'd just keep it. So you go as fast as you want, jump as many hoops as you want to get to investor level, or you may stay at business owner level. But either way, you're running a better accounting business with more profitability and more scalability as well. So that's the bigger picture. Let's get down into the weeds a bit and show you where this topic fits in with our overall process. So we call it AOS, Accountants Operating System. What is it? And finding people is just one part of it. What is it? It's a best practice methodology. After all these years working with all these firms, worked out what is the best way to run an accounting firm. End to end. It's an end-to-end solution to do three things: reduce personal time, increase profitability, and build a more sustainable business as well. The model, there are 8 pieces to the model, and each piece in the model actually has things to do and fix and overhaul. And of course, finding people is just one of those things. Thank you, Aaron. I'm glad you think it's awesome, right? We're just getting started. Give me an hour, Aaron, and we'll have thumbs up from everyone. Thank you. Keep it coming. So you've got an existing accounting business right now, and it produces whatever it produces. It's whatever size it is, employs whatever number of people, gives you whatever income, time, etc., whatever it is, right? No matter the size of the accounting firm, no matter the development path of the accounting firm, you might think you're a high-performing firm. You know, today I've got a case study right at the end of a firm that we coached in 2018, and you'll get to meet this firm in a couple of ways. In 2018, they were about 1.7 million. 2023, 10 million in revenue. And you'll get to see that even though there's been a lot of growth in this firm, by the way, a little secret here, they have 100 people waiting to work for them right now, 100 on the bench. I'm going to take you through that case study at the end. Even though it's a really cracking firm, there's still a lot to do. I don't care whether you are 5 million in revenue, 50 million in revenue, 500,000 in revenue. These 8 pieces need to be worked on unless you're totally at investor level where you're out of every single job and the business ticks along. What are the 8, right? And think about your firm as I take you through this. Operations. Workflow improvement never ends. It never ends. Cash flow improvement. Unless you've got 100% of your clients on monthly recurring revenue and no accounts receivable, and you've got, can you all throw some light on our fee structure? Yes, Philip, we can. We're going to get to pricing in a moment. This topic's about people. No matter where you are, as far as cash flow, unless you've got MRR, monthly recurring revenue, with no accounts receivable, then you've got cash flow improvement. Technology. We're into the world of artificial intelligence right now. We just finished a round of our coaching meetings, and AI was the topic. It was fascinating, right? Never ends. Reporting, process for reporting, always improving. Systems, always improving. Operations. Number 2, time. These are rhetorical questions, but how effective are you with your time? How well do you delegate, right? Partner time. What do you do with your time partners? We have what's called the 30-60-10 rule and the use of virtual assistants and personal assistants. How are you spending your time, particularly partners, clients, target market? Do we know precisely who they are, where they are? How do we communicate with existing clients? Classifying clients, A, B, C, D, and then doing something about that, not just the spreadsheet of classification. Relationships, building and enhancing client relationships and fostering loyalty, where not just that they turn up every single year, but they refer to you as well to help you grow. Clients, big chunk, right? People, the right people. We're talking about the right people today, right? That is the topic. But what's the organizational structure look like? Team performance, culture is always improving, team behavior always changing and improving. There's a lot to do to run an accounting business. It's a business, folks, right? It's a business that we've got improvement to do. Products. What are we actually selling here? What are the product types? Inventing new products, documenting the flow of that product. You know, if you document how the product is delivered, as in not sold, but how it's delivered, then we can get someone else to do it. How's it packaged, right? Packaging changes. Is the product scalable? Big decisions around that. And is there a menu of service on products? Now, you can go through this mental checklist to see where you need to be to grow and improve your firm. Growth. Here we talk about pricing, Philip, right? Pricing's a big one. We work on pricing typically with every firm first. The vast majority of firms we meet are grossly undercharging for how smart you are and the value that you add. Praise the Lord, right? Hell yeah. Thank you, chat, right? I'm on your side here, chat, right? I really am, you know, because I meet these very smart accounting firms and here you are charging by the hour for things that affect a client for a lifetime. That just doesn't make sense. Pricing is a big overhaul. Client growth, making sure that all clients that you want to keep are buying everything that they need that helps them achieve their financial goals. Marketing, you know, never ends, always improving, getting leads, quality leads. Sales, you know, sales process, sales skills, and mergers and acquisitions, top line growth. If you grow at 26% per year, then you're going to double your revenue every 2 years. Look, someone needs to tell the clients that. You need to tell the clients that, right? You need to re-educate your clients as to the way you work. Just met a new firm we started coaching literally last week. Oops, that. And south of Calgary in Canada. And in the next 120 days, they will improve their profitability by circa $1 million, right? Because of the way they've done it in the past, we said there's a better way to do that, and we're going to change the way to do it. And it starts, Lois, with communicating to the client in a letter that we're changing the model here. Samuel, one of the biggest challenges I'm facing is staffing. It seems like no one wants to work for small accounting firms. That is our topic, Samuel, and that's what we're going to be doing today, right? Awesome. I'm going to change your view on how you do that. So growth, leadership, how you lead your business, your operational plan, team alignment, you know, partner alignment. What's the vision you've got for the firm? What's the strategy outside of the vision? And what I call lasercution, which is execution with laser focus. Leadership. And the last piece of the puzzle is momentum, team engagement, meeting rhythms, how to solve issues, innovation and themes. This rounds out the whole process of AOS, the Accountant's Operating System. So today's topic is all about people. Right, today's topic is all about people. We're going to go for about an hour to an hour and a half, so somewhere between 3 and 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, thereabouts. Right, depends on how many questions you've got. Now, when we start working with a firm, typically the average looks like this. Average is about $1.5 million in revenue with $1 million cut. Profit about $400,000, so not too bad. And the partner's time sits at about 1,300 working in the business. Year one, our average revenue improvement is 21%, right? And we go from there as well. Typically, we aim for about 26% per year, so we can double the revenue every 3 years. Average profit improvement is 98.4, doubling the profit in year one. It's harder to double in year two, but we get a lot of early wins in year one. And then partner time down by 20.1% as well. These are the averages of the firms that we work with in year one experience. So if you want some of that, just make sure you're still listening here. Just pop yes into the chat. If you want some of that and more, better results, worse results, pop yes into the chat so I can see that you're still listening. And then we're going to get into the whole thing. Great. So use the chat. We've got a lot of people online. Get my thing here. Cool. All righty. Denny Myers here. Love it. Denny, you turn up to everything. Carolyn Milan, love to hear from you again. Awesome. Okay. So, team. Aaron, what strategy or methods have been effective in addressing the challenge of finding great people in the global accounting profession? That is our topic today. We're going to spend the next hour and a bit on that. So, people, in our benchmark report that came out in May of this year, annual benchmark report, and by the way, we will invite you to participate in this next January because we're doing it every single year. Key issues, no surprises. Key issues, 38% of the vote said finding people is the key issue, right? 38%. No surprises there, right? Interesting, the second ranking was 26% of efficiency. So as we talk about people, well, depending on your growth plans, if you become 20% more efficient, why do you need to hire more people? If you become 40% more efficient, if you became 50% more efficient, you can double the revenue with the team that you've got. But I get it. Many of you think you are so busy that you need to hire more and more accountants. Well, I'm going to suggest that yes, you may need to do that, but not as many as you think. Now, that is a topic for a different webinar on efficiency and all that. We're going to focus on people. I have two versions of this. Version one, which we're going to do for the first sort of 15, 20 minutes, is internal, right? Building a team internally focused so that when we go to market to get new people, it is easier to find them. It starts with you internally. It starts with you building a team of people. A team. They're not staff, right? They're not staff. They're a team. We need to eliminate the word staff from our vocabulary. You know, when we coach firms, we fine them $50 per incident, $50 per incident if they say the word staff. It's a team, right? The team, they're team members. What does team stand for? Team stands for together, everyone achieves more. If you want to grow your team headcount, you want to increase the volume of people that work with you, you need to first focus on what's going on with the current team right now. You have a choice. You have a choice. This is all about choice because I believe that there are so many people out there who want to work, right? In the United States alone, where most of you are from, there's over 1 million people who work in the accounting profession. Over 1 million people. In Canada, it's about 200,000, give or take, 150 to 200,000, right? There's a lot of people here. If you focus internally first and flip the switch, you'll find you'll start to attract. You want to attract people to you, then you need to be attractive as a team right now. You've got a choice. Do we go for reactive people or do we go for proactive people? You decide what sort of people you want. We have to have an abundance mentality, not a scarcity mentality, that the people are there. As we look at the current team, the first question is, do we have the right people today? Do we have the right people today? Here's the thing, team. Here's the test on people. Yes, we are recording this. You will get the slides, right? But take notes. Here's the thing on people. Your current team. Here is the litmus test. Would you enthusiastically rehire them? Would you enthusiastically rehire the current team? So if you've got 12 people, 15, 50, whatever it is, go through the list. Now, I get it, right? Up until today, with kid gloves, you've dealt with your team sometimes. You don't want to upset them because you think they might leave and you don't want to have them, leave. But honestly, do you have the right team right now? do you have the right team? Are they motivated? And they're not are they jumping from the ceiling, but are they innovative? Are they engaged? Are they, are they coming up with ideas? Are they motivated to achieve? Are they looking for the next project? Or are they just reacting, waiting for the next thing? Do you have the right people? As Jim Collins said in Good to Great 20-something years ago, we need the right people on the bus. We need the right people in the right seats on the bus, organizational structure. Are they motivated? Do they know what to do? Do your team know what to do? Do they know how to do it? And are you providing the right environment conducive to success? You see, as the firm owner, as the leader of the business, one of your jobs is to provide the right environment, whether it be office environment, virtual environment, equipment they need, subscriptions they need. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's a gray, okay, thank you, Wendy. No worries, cool, thanks, Jim. Zoom window, all right, thank you. Let me just double check that. Let's, boom, boom, boom. Right, I've got a couple of things coming on through here. Got it fixed now, I believe. Let's just double check. Cool. All right. Thank you for the feedback, team. They said there's a bit covering, so I'll just go back to boom, 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 boom there. All right. Got it. Thank you very much. Okay. Someone tell me if that's better, either David or Wendy, because you both said the same thing. I think that is better. All right. So question is, Greg, thank you. Question is, chat box still covering? Chat box still covering. All right. Let me just see. There's a gray box here somewhere. I'm not too sure why that is. Try that. Bear with me, folks. It's got a little technical thing here. Try that. Okay, cool. All righty, team. We've got a technical thing going there. You can use Google Slides. Nope, 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 nope. All right. So we'll keep pressing on. I can see the gray box now. I don't know where that's come from. Wow. Bear with me. Right, that's me. Hello. QR code in the corner. Try that now. There we go. There we go. All right. So, do you have the right people on your bus? Are they motivated? Do they know what to do? Do they know how to do it? Just because they worked at a larger firm, they now work for you, do they know how to do it? No. What's your induction process like? And the environment you're providing, do they have 3-4 screens on every desk? Are you buying the subscriptions that you need? Your job is to provide the environment. So as we look at high-performing teams, there are a few things around high-performing teams. Number one, there's a common purpose. There's a common purpose that they all work to. Values and standards. They have behavior internally. Goal alignment. We're talking about internally sorting this out first, right? Goal alignment. Roles and responsibilities and priorities. Where are you at with how you've developed your current team? Open communication. Participation and support. They're involved. Do you have a power plan of action? What's your ongoing project plan, your power plan of action? Powerful systems implementation, risk-taking, innovation, and celebration as well. High-performing teams, we see them all the time. How are you developing a high-performing team? Now, here's a really good example, and this is part of point 2 there, values and standards. Some of you have been to Ritz-Carlton Hotel. Ritz-Carlton Hotel, one of the best hotel chains in the world, and they're very good for a reason. They're very expensive. Ritz-Carlton Hotel is a hotel chain that has probably the best service in the world. And let me show you what they've done. Every single team member carries this little card on them at all times. And the card is a little stretch out card. If you can see me on camera, it's a bit like this here, right? like a little stretch out card like that. And I'll show you the card and I'll tell you what they do and I'll give you a story. On one side of the card is going to have 3 steps of service, our motto, employee promise, and our credo on one side of said card. On the other side of the card is our service values. Service values, 12 in total. This is how we're supposed to service our team members, right? Now, with this, Ritz-Carlton Hotel, the team members have this on them at all times, And every single day in their team huddle, in their departmental meeting, they have a little training session. Anyone on the last shift have anything like with number 6, I own and immediately resolve guest problems. Oh, yes. I was on the shift yesterday and Mr. Smith in room 2120, his television was on the blink and I went to engineering and got him a new one, right? Every single team member is empowered up to $2,000 to fix, resolve a guest problem, right? They train on this. They develop this list of service standards internally and train on it every single day. Now, I knew about that. In fact, I was in Naples, Florida at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, and I had a couple of copies. I was coming back via San Diego to Australia, and I noticed that in my Monday morning, on my calendar on Monday, I noticed that there was a meeting in my calendar which said issues and solutions meeting. I thought, what is that? I arrived back on Saturday. I started getting these phone calls from the team. I said, we're not part of this. And I started digging around. What is the issue here? I couldn't work it out. Anyway, as it turns out, on the Sunday, I happened to go into the office to do something. I found the notebook of the person who called the meeting. It's a true story, right? And I'll show you how I fixed this with service standards. So with this, I flipped through the notebook, and sure enough, I saw what all the issues were that this particular team member and her little band of 2 other terrorists were planning. So armed with that, I spoke to my coach, Michael. I said, how do I handle this? Right, I've had a business coach for years. You should as well. And Michael said, here's what you're going to do. You've got to go in to the meeting. Meeting starts 8:30, get there about 15:15, and sit there and don't say a word till they come in. I sat there, and in they came, and I said, look, this meeting is called Issues and Solutions meeting. I do believe these would be the issues, and this is the solution, because I had all the ammo, right? And the caller of the meeting said, oh, okay then. Meeting was over in 5 minutes. I had a terrorist cell in my team forming, and whatever their begrudging was, the culture was bad. Now, I systematically fired all 3 of them over the course of the next couple of months, but I realized I had a bad culture. So I had to change the culture. So this is what I did. I developed 15 service standards and 15 culture standards. And over the next few weeks, I rolled these out. I rolled 3 at a time, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, with explanation. And then we trained the following Monday on what they were. Service standards, which is external behavior, culture standards, internal behavior. So this is what happened, right? I changed the culture in about 3 months flat by taking the Ritz-Carlton example and changing and developing performance standards around behavior. Lead by example. I constantly raise the bar. Clients were completely delighted. So this is, I inducted the team into these ideas. Positive relationship. I greet and farewell everyone by name with eye contact and a smile, right? Behavior, customer service, right? I realized that here, as we go through these, I didn't have a documented list of standards, so there were issues going on. So I needed to fix this, right? Number 11, love this one. I always reply to all communication by the end of the same day it was received. It doesn't mean that you solved it. Hey, Rob, thanks for your message. I'll be back in touch tomorrow, right? Common courtesy and standards. I own complaints. I answer that. We were called Proactive Accountants Network back then. You know, I answer the telephone within 2 rings and I smile and say, welcome. to Proactive Accountants Network. This is Rob Nixon, right? Documented process. What's your service standards documented? You want to hire great people? Let's start with fixing internally what's going on right now. Culture, so that was external. Culture standards, here's the 15. Work in a positive environment. We have personal accountability is core to our beliefs. Do what we say we'll do. We respect the individual. The team is more important than any one single person. And on different behavior, documented behavior. Because if you want to hire great people, they want to know what this is going to be like when they come to work with you. What is your behavior document? We speak very politely, using a person's name, please and thank you. We talk about a person who's not present. Interesting, big story on this one, right? Number 15 rolls out. Number 15 rolls out on a Friday. And it basically said every team member is empowered to call out another team member, right, who's not living in and adhering to our values and standards. So I get this phone call on a Friday afternoon from a temp. She'd been there 2 weeks. Irish lady. She was on the phones, and she said, Rob, I need to talk to you about a problem. I said, what's that? She said, well, if you look at number 13, she said, which rolled out this week, it basically said that, you shouldn't blast someone in public, you should take the conversation private. And she said, 2 days ago in the public area, as in the main office area, this one used to have an office, Andriana, the business manager, absolutely blasted someone in the public area, and that person was embarrassed. I saw number 13 come out, and I felt empowered to call you and let you know that this happened when you weren't here. I said, thank you very much. What did I do? Saturday morning, I fired the business manager. I've been looking for a reason to fire this woman for a while. Getting rid of people who don't adhere to our culture standards and our service standards. What are yours? What is your behavior document? So here's the thing, team. Every team member that you want to hire is already gainfully employed. They're already employed at another accounting firm, the ones you want. So you need to give them reasons why they would switch to you. Culture, values, and standards are a big reason why. A better environment is a big reason why they would move. So team, I want to reiterate what you're doing here. You're on this journey. As I said at the start, but some of you just joined. It's a journey going from practice owner to business owner to investor. If you choose to go on this journey, go as fast as you want, right? You are implementing, as I said, what we call AOS. You're implementing best practice ideas, reducing personal time. You are implementing operations model. You're implementing, time models, client models. Here we're talking about people here today, right? You are implementing different things, building a better accounting business. You're implementing product delivery, growth. You're growing this accounting business. You're leading this accounting business, and you've got momentum in this accounting business. You've got momentum. We fix internally what's going on to build a better team. And now we're in a position to find great people. As I said a moment ago, the people you want to hire are already employed. Every single accounting firm wants to hire great people. So the first question you have to answer, why would that person jump ship and work for you? It's no different to a client. That next client you want already has an accounting firm. So why should they switch to you? Having a great culture, having a great environment where people want to come to work, a culture of innovation. Here's a good example, right? We coach accounting firms. That's what we do, right? We help a small number of accounting firms every single year to be super successful. Wouldn't you sell that, as in promote that to the team? Oh, by the way, here at our firm, we are constantly innovating. We don't rest on our laurels. We're always growing and developing our accounting firm because we're always striving for excellence. Oh, this accounting firm that I work for doesn't want to do a thing. They want to stick in the past and just be a practice. Finding great people starts with a mindset shift. You must have a change of your mindset first. First thing is, there are hundreds of great team members to hire if you know how to do it. I have 26 ways coming up to find great people. We don't suffer mediocrity. You believe, right? You believe that we would enthusiastically rehire them. We don't hire B-class players. We only hire A-class team members. We can choose the best. Like Bob, who told me a story 2 weeks ago where he's got 100 on the bench. He's got 100 people that want to work with him. He can choose the best out of that group. We have the best culture. The reason I did that piece on culture right up front is to get your head in the space that, yes, you define, you write, you shape your culture. Always improving. We have the best benefits. Remember, that team member you want is already hired. We have the best environment. Now, you've got to back that up, of course. And we provide the best career development. You need to change the way you think about this whole thing. Instead of just bitching and moaning all the time, we can't find enough great people. Starts with you. Let me take on a journey as I get this process out. Take on a little journey. I'm going to give you a tool. I'm going to give you a thinking tool that you can apply to any situation in the growth and development of your accounting business and also your personal life. It's a tool. And this tool is all about building a house. It's all about building a house. So here's the story. Buddy of mine, actually my coach, I'm not coached by Michael today, but my previous business coach, Michael, he used to coach real estate and building companies. And he was coaching here in Australia, the second largest building company in the country, and they're home builders. Their time to build a house was 120 days. Now, he taught me this tool by teaching these guys this tool. I'm teaching it to you. So 120 days, start to finish, to build a house. And they're the second biggest in the land. So Michael had the executives in the room, 24 executives in the room. And he said, executives, you do it in 120? How do we do it in 10? How do we build the house in 10? And they said, you got to be kidding me. That can't be done. You've been smoking something, man? You high? No. How do we do it in 10? And then he said the following. So 24 executives. Look, I know it can't be done. But if it could be done, hypothetically, if it could be done, what would need to fix, stop, start, change, alter, redo, different system, different process, different whatever, to make it close to being done? What do you mean? Well, 120 now, 10 is the goal. In the hypothetical world, go and brainstorm, come up with some ideas on how we'd get it to 10 days. So they started brainstorming. Idea after idea after idea, flip chart, flip chart, flip chart, exhausted of ideas. 2 hours later, Michael points to all the flip charts on the wall and says, well, just go and do that. And they did. And they didn't hit 10 days, but they did hit 42. They did hit 42. For a building company, a home building company, to go from 120 to 42, what did that do to their cash flow? Improved out of sight. Their referrals, new business out of sight. Customer service out of sight. And here was the tool that Michael used. He had them in the room. He took the number to the ridiculous, 120 down to 10. And he said, no, it can't be done. But hypothetically, if it could be done, what would I need to fix, alter, redo, different system, different process, different whatever, to make it closer to being done? So here we are with this conundrum. You're here on this webinar, 401 people registered. You're here on this webinar to solve a conundrum of finding great people. I know it can't be done, but if it could be done, hypothetically, if it could be done. So I'm going to give you how we get it done. And of these 26 examples, not one of them is involved, not one at all, in hiring an external recruitment company to go and poach people. You see, all those people that you want to hire, as I said, are already employed at another accounting firm. So just like finding great clients from other accounting firms, attracting them to you, it is a marketing opportunity. It is a marketing challenge to find people. So I want you to flip the switch and say, let's be proactive about this, and let's put our marketing abilities on, let's put our marketing hat on, and market the firm in such a way that people come to us. To find great people is a marketing problem/opportunity. And when it comes to marketing, there are 3 pieces to the puzzle. 3 pieces to the puzzle. And all 3 must be together. They must all work together. The first piece of the puzzle is having a database of candidates. A database like Bob on the bench of those that want to work with you. Second piece of the marketing puzzle is the brand. How does the brand look to the external world? And the third piece of the marketing puzzle is relentless marketing activity, direct response activity to get them to come to you. So we're going to build a database today. Well, not today. I'm going to give you the ideas on how to do that. You're going to improve your brand to the external world. Remember, they need a reason to come. And we're going to have some direct response activity. So marketing is the answer to getting 100 on the bench. 100 on the bench. So let's start with database. It's a different way of looking at how we hire people. Database. We're going to build a database of candidates. That's what we're going to do. So let's have a look at how we might do that. Depending on how many people you need to hire, maybe you have a full-time recruiter on your payroll. Maybe your marketing coordinator that you all need to hire, or marketing manager that you all need to hire if you don't have one, maybe that person's first job is to be a recruiter for you. And they're out there looking for people. So you've got a person on your payroll. Number 2, LinkedIn connections. You've got LinkedIn connections right now with maybe prospective clients. What about prospective team members? Are you using industry journals, writing content in industry journals to actually so John, interesting what John said regarding full-time recruiter. You're only hiring once a year. Have your marketing person be the recruiter. Industry journals to we're building a database for people on the bench here. Asking your team members, who do you know? Who do you know that may want to work for them? Buying lists. You can buy lists of accountants that are employed. Just search, do a database search, Google search for a database of accountants employed in the accounting profession. You can go into LinkedIn and you can actually create a list of potential candidates. Now, the direct response marketing that you do is going to filter them out. Going to universities early on in the ones that are doing the marketing degrees, and contacting them, having your person contact these people to build a database of potential candidates. Maybe you attract, like you would with prospective clients, a list through some sort of download. Maybe you become an industry expert and you attract other people interested in that industry, and you create a booklet for the team member to learn more. Getting names. Advertising for names. Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads. You're building a database of potential candidates, number 1. You're building a database. That's point 1. Point 2 is all about brand. So what does your brand say about you? No matter what ad you run, no matter what list you've got, if you do hire an external recruitment company and they say this person is a potential, that person is going to first of all look you up online. So what does your online presence say about your brand? Is the website sexy enough to go, oh, this looks different, right? Do you have team videos on your website explaining why they work there and what it is? Do you have a team book, so a values and culture book, all about the way that you work internally, so that candidate can have a look at and experience you before they buy you? Remember, the candidate has got a choice as to where they go. So let's experience you somehow before I buy you. Have you got your values listed on the website? Is the culture on display? Do you have the culture on display? So you can see the fun environment, the things that you do internally. Do you have a giving policy? You know, we use B1G1, constantly giving, and we promote the fact that we're giving all the time. Do you have a series of awards that you've won, like Best Place to Work? As I went through before, performance standards. Do you have performance standards on the website? This is when you work here, if you work here, this is the list of behavior. Your website not only should be to attract clients, but it should be to attract team members as well. It's all about building the brand. Do you have multiple LinkedIn profiles for your key leadership team, so the candidate can seek you out to see what other people work there and what are the profiles of those people? Are you always hiring? Are you always looking for great people? And just like you would have a brand promise for your prospective clients, what's the brand promise for your team members? Why should I work for you is the top line question. Give me some reasons why. When you work for us, this is what you will get. This is our behavior, our standards, our values. This is how we work as a team. What is it for you? It's all about zhuzhing up the brand. The reason I did that piece at the start on values and more so standards is because that is a crucial part. It's not just about the money. It's about the environment that I'm stepping into as well. So then we look at the activity. We look at what activity can we do to attract people to us. So we've got a database of candidates that we're building. We've got brand that we're building. It looks awesome. And then we've got direct activity. If you're prepared to pay a recruitment company 20% of year one or whatever they charge these days, why wouldn't you offer that to your team? Why wouldn't you offer a $15,000, as an example, finder's fee to your team members? 5 now when they've joined, 5 at the end of 6 months, 5 at the end of 12 months if they stay. Why wouldn't you do that? Recruitment sites. Have your recruiter, your marketing coordinator, list the job on all sites with your potential candidates. Assuming you're running events for your team, invite them to your team events. Running LinkedIn ads specifically for hiring. With this list of candidates, nurture them, bring them to lunch, have lunch with them. They may not be ready yet. They may not want to jump yet. Add this list of candidates to your marketing database so they can see what marketing you're doing. Finding people. Group recruitment events. What does that mean? Well, here's a really cool strategy. Really cool strategy with candidates. You've got, and I've done this over and over again, it's so much fun. Let's say you've got 2 jobs available and you've got 20 people who want the job. Well, why don't you invite them all to a virtual or in person, depends on what you're up to, whether you're a virtual business or in-person business, invite them all to an event. And the event goes like this. You get up there as the chief, explain about the company, and then what you do is you have you explain about the job, you have the team members talk about the job, and then you say, these are our values, these are our standards. Then you say, you know what, we're going to have a break. When we come back from the break, you are each going to pitch to us, like Shark Tank, each going to pitch to us as to why you want that job. Some people leave. They come back and say, I'm the best candidate. They're going to sell themselves to you, right? You're going to flip it around. Instead of you, selling yourself to them, they're going to sell themselves to you. And find out of the 20, 10 will go home, 10 will stay, narrow it down to 3, hire the 2 that are best for you. Group recruitment. What about your team internal newsletter? And one of our firms up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Ariel's on the meeting today, I see, has what's called the tertial times. So tertial is a period of 4 months. We work in tertials, and the tertial times is internal. It's an internal newsletter. Why not distribute that internal newsletter to your candidates as well, so they can see the behavior, see the culture on display? Finding great people is a marketing exercise. It is a marketing exercise, team. What are you doing marketing-wise to find great people? It's a rhetorical question. Let's stop the complaining that we can't find enough great people and start put things into action so that people come to us. Just like great candidates for clients come to us, so do great candidates for people come to us. 2 weeks ago, I had dinner with Bob Govro. Hadn't seen him for a year. We caught up. And so Bob's in Peterborough, north of Toronto, Canada. 2 weeks ago, last night, I said, Bob, what's up? And so we're just catching up, right, as we do. Haven't coached Bob for a while. So last time I coached Bob was 2018. In 2017, his revenue was $1.6 million in revenue. 2017, 1.6. In 2020, I interviewed Bob. He's a case study on our website. In 2020, he was $3 million in revenue. Good growth, right? Double revenue in 3 years. This year, Bob is $10 million in revenue. This is a growing business, fast, virtual and in-person business. Bob says to me in passing, oh, by the way, I've got 100 on the bench. What do you mean 100 on the bench? I've got 100 people. If you check out Bob's website, govrocpa.ca, you'll see why he's got 100 people on the bench. People want to work for Bob. Bob has been involved in a marketing exercise for years, speaking, awards, blogging, videos, the whole thing, and he's got it worked out. He's got this piece of the puzzle worked out. You go through his website and say, why would you join our team? All the answers are on the website. Check out Bob's website, mooch around on there and see what he's done marketing-wise. Bob's got a video on there, which we're going to play, which is awesome. Basically, this is why you should work for us. Check out Bob's short video as part of his marketing strategy to find great people.
We work with the greatest entrepreneurs across Canada and the United States. We work with people who are changing the world. We work with people who strive to be the best. And we work with individuals who are incredible, amazing people who want to grow personally, but even more importantly, want to grow together as a team. We are people. We work with the best entrepreneurs in Canada and the United States. We work with people who are absolutely changing the world. We work with entrepreneurs who are excited about being the best at what they do. And we work with the most amazing individuals on our team who are committed to individual excellence and being the best at what they do, but more importantly, they're committed to growing together as a team. We are passion. We bring an extreme amount of energy and excitement to delivering results for all of the clients we work with. We bring in the best and the brightest with high energy, who are excited about delivering results for each and every client they work with. We are integrity. We work with over 500 businesses across the globe, and we are their trusted business advisor. We are a trusted partner to law firms, financial institutions, wealth management companies, and provide valued insight and advice to helping them deliver great results for our mutual clients. And we are committed to finding the highest possible outcome and results for each of our individual clients, and we'll stop at nothing to make sure that we deliver results for those entrepreneurs and professionals. We work hard. At certain times during the year, obviously the workflow increases and we all step up together and make sure we deliver results for our clients. However, we don't work weekends. Weekends are time that our team can commit to spending time with their families and regrouping so that they're ready to deliver results on Monday morning. We are flexible. All the individual members of our team have different commitments and different life responsibilities. So we make sure that we step up together and ensure that everyone's covered so that when those certain responsibilities and times in your life come up, you can make sure that you're available to go and spend the time you need dealing with your life responsibilities. We are growing. For each year over the last 10 years, we've grown over 20% as a team. From starting out as a one-person show to now being a multi-million-dollar firm, we continue to find new opportunities with new clients and continue to find opportunities for advancement for members of our team. We are cutting edge. We are constantly innovating for new services to deliver to our clients. One example of that is our new coaching services Vision to Results program that essentially teaches entrepreneurs and professionals how to create a pathway to financial freedom in their lives. At the end of the day, we're a high-performance CPA firm that brings the best and the brightest in our industry to ensure that we deliver results to the world's greatest entrepreneurs. It's been an amazing journey so far with this team. We've accomplished so many incredible things together. I can't wait to see what we accomplish next, but I can guarantee one thing: we're just getting started.
I love what Bob's done here, right? It's part of the puzzle to actually build an accounting business where people want to, as Pam said, I want to work for Bob, right? They want to work for Bob. They can work for you as well. You've just got to put your marketing hat on and market this business. So what? As we look at this, what's holding you back here? What is holding your accounting business back? Is it pricing and packaging? Is it going to be the communication program to your clients? Is it workflow efficiency model? Is it the time utilization model, the way you spend your time? You don't have a market to market to. Is it marketing and sales that actually works? There's all these pieces of the puzzle. Is it the product mix, or is it the people aspect itself? What is holding you back? Is it your mindset? I don't know what it is. It's different for every single accounting firm. But what I do know is that too many people in this profession are too comfortable. It's quite an easy profession to be in. You can grow this business pretty easily. Yeah, it's a bit hard to find people sometimes, and it's a good lifestyle. But Comfort by Bob Riggs. Here's something about the comfort zone. Many of us have established a comfort zone in our lives. It's a common, understandable attitude. Worked hard to get here, right? Problem with it is if you stay there, that's all you're ever going to be today. This might be fine today, but without continued growth, you're now all you're ever going to be. And if you're in the comfort zone, beware. The danger of the comfort zone is it doesn't hurt. It might even feel good. Team, if you want to grow and develop your accounting business, if you want to jump through these levels, it's entirely where you go where you want to sit, right? You might want to shoot for investor level. You might want to go to business owner. You might be happy, totally happy being at practice owner level. If you want to change, then we need to think about transforming. Transforming your profit, transforming your cash flow, your revenue, your team, your clients, your lifestyle, your wealth, and yourself. If you are going to do that, if you want to do that, there's three pieces to the puzzle. There's accountability, there's learning, and there's sharing. With content only, today's about content, right? You'll get a bit of a burst, but then it'll peter out without ongoing accountability. You'll get a bit of a burst from today. You might read a book, you might go to another webinar, you'll get a bit of burst from content. But if you really want to transform, if you really do, then we need to help you with continual coaching and how-to tools and implementation support. From here, you can do nothing. Entirely up to you. That was nice. There's a nice chat going on, I see here, between a few of you, right? I just ignored all that. I was just looking for the key questions. Had a nice time for an hour or so. Do nothing. You can do a little bit on your own. That's entirely up to you. Or if you really want to transform, with our help, we can actually help you do that much, much faster than you currently think you can, and more effective as well, to build a more sustainable accounting business. So as we wrap up, as I said at the start, we want to help 8 firms right now. 8 firms now. If you are more than $1 million in revenue, 1 to 5 aligned partners, you're coachable and ambitious, and let's meet to see if we can help. Let's either snap the QR code and let's have an initial meeting, or alternatively, thank you, Wendy, jump on Wendy's calendar, and she's an implementation coach, to see where you're at. We would love to help you if you want to be helped. We'd love to help you if you want to go through those levels, either get to a high-performing business owner or alternatively to investor level as well. Team, hope you enjoyed that. I'll stick around for a few minutes to answer any further questions, but either way, hope you enjoyed the session on finding great people. It is a marketing exercise. We've got a lot of detailing behind that with our process. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. And go and kick butt. It's nearly the end of the year. 3 months to go. We've got time to actually come home strong in this. So all the best. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.